Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video we're making a tres leches cake, also known as a dulce de tres leches, or simply known as a tres leches. This is a dish that was made in Latin America and is widely popularized there. This is a sponge cake or a butter cake that is soaked in three kinds of milk: evaporated milk, condensed milk, and whole milk. As I said, this is originated in Latin America, other places such as Central America and South America. Now, without further ado, let's get straight into this. Now, first ingredient, just like in most cakes, we need eggs. Now, for this one, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 eggs that we're going to be cracking, and then we're going to be whisking. So yeah, this is our first step. It's going to be slowly cracking in our eggs. Now, we don't want we don't want to separate the whites with the yolks. And yeah, this is a very simple dish, and it's a very delicious dish. And today was my brother's birthday, so we decided to make this for his birthday. It came out absolutely delicious. It came out really, really, really yummy. It's a very, very light cake. It has air bubbles. It has a distinct texture, which makes it not that soggy, even though it's being soaked in a lot of milk. Now, in Turkey and Albania, this is often referred to as tres leches. Now, with our electric whisk, we're just gonna beat this, electric beater, whatever you like to call it, and we're gonna beat it until it's smooth. So yeah, we're gonna do this for a couple of minutes. Now we're gonna be adding in 1 cup of caster sugar, and yeah, we're gonna add in 2 cups of caster sugar just to make it sweet. We don't want a non-sweet cake. This is meant to be a fun and delicious cake. Now we're gonna be oiling up. We're just going to be spraying some oil, and we're going to brush it off on the tray, the cake tray. We're going to add the cake just so it doesn't stick. Now, if we skip this step, all the cake is just going to stick to the whole dish. So yeah, we're going to lightly oil it and lightly brush it. Now, this is our first cup of caster sugar that we're going to be adding, not our second. This is our cup that's been sitting around for a while. So we only want to add 2 cups. 1 more cup, it's going to be too sweet. Any less than that, it's not going to be sweet enough. So 2 is just the right amount. And later, we're going to even that with 2 cups of plain flour. And right now, we just added in this much vanilla extract or vanilla essence. And yeah, we only want a little bit, and it gives it some extra flavor. Yeah. Now, we're going to give this a good mix. This round takes 10 minutes just to mix it all up. So we want a good cake batter. Now we're adding in our second cup of caster sugar, and this is all we need. And as you can see, it's turning to a beautiful yellowish, whitish color. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty light. Now we're gonna get 1 cup of plain flour. We're gonna have 2, but we're gonna sieve it out so the chunky bits of flour just don't get into the cake. And now sieving it out is a pretty important step. So then we're gonna be repeating this process for another cup of flour. We're gonna be using some self-rising flour, not any other. So make sure to be using self-rising flour. As you can see, it's really puffed up, and we're gonna be mixing this later on. Now we're adding in our second cup of self-rising flour. I'm just gonna sieve this as well. As I said before, sieving it helps to keep the flour smooth, and yeah, this does not have any chunky bits into the mix. You can see it's pretty filled up right now. And now we're gonna slowly mix it with this. And after we've done that, so basically I forgot to record it, but we also have to add in 1 cup of oil, which I forgot to record, but make sure to not skip that bit. That's a very important bit. So make sure to be adding 1 cup of oil into the mixture, which I forgot to record. So yeah, now we're gonna give this a good mix, and yeah, after this we're gonna add it into our tray. So our batter is done. Now we're gonna spread this out into our tray. Then we're just gonna enter it into the oven. We want it to be evenly spread out, and it's gonna puff up a lot. If you follow the steps correctly, it's gonna turn out to a beautiful fluffy cake that's been cooked evenly. So yeah, now we want none of our batter to be wasted, so we're putting all of our cake batter onto the tray. Now it's gonna go to the oven, and now it's time for the cake result. And now, as you can see, it's beautifully golden brown. It's really fluffy, as we're gonna show you. Here is a chopstick, and yeah, look how it just sinks to the bottom, and none of it sticks on the chopstick, which shows that it's really fluffy and it's baked properly. Now it's time for our 3 milk mixture. Here first we have some A2 whole milk, we have some evaporated milk, and sweetened condensed milk. So these are the 3 important things that the cake is gonna soak in. Now we're just gonna add these into a big bowl. We want a lot of it, so we just added the whole can of condensed milk, the whole can of sweetened evaporated milk, And yeah, and we're gonna add a whole glass of A2 milk. Or any whole milk works, but make sure to be using whole milk. And this is a really sweet mixture. It's a really delicious mixture, and like when you pour it into the cake, it's gonna be absorbing all of the juices. So yeah, now we're just gonna give this we're just gonna whisk it, not with the electric whisk, just with our hands. Not with our hands, just with the normal whisk. Now, as you can see, none of it's stuck to the sides as shown you, and you can see how fluffy the cake is. And now with a fork, we're just gonna make a lot of holes on the cake, just so all our 3 milks can just sink throughout the cake, and the whole cake can absorb the whole flavor. So we want to poke as many holes as we can, and the more the better. And then after we poke all of our holes, we're gonna be pouring in our milk mixture. So yeah, you can use a fork. Fork is most recommended. It makes the perfect little holes. And yeah, you can use toothpicks or chopsticks, anything you like. Now we're gonna slowly add in our milk mixture. Now it might not seem like it, but slowly all of it's gonna sink. You can see how it's absorbing that really quickly. Not in the middle as much. We're gonna spread that out. You can see how it just goes through the gaps and it absorbs all of that milk. Look, it looks like it disappears, but no, it's going into the cake, and the cake is absorbing all of the milk. And yeah, you're gonna let this sit in your fridge overnight, or as long as you can, so the cake can absorb as much mixture as it can, and it becomes even softer and even more delicious. So yeah, this is a very simple step. We don't want to pour in one spot. We want to evenly distribute it, and you can. Look, it still goes. Now we're going to be making our simple whipped cream. We just get this whipped cream packet, sachet, whatever you want to call it, and we're just going to add this to a big bowl. And now we're going to add just 1 cup of milk, and that's all we need. Now we're going to use our electric whisk. We're going to whisk this for 5 minutes, and that's just how we make our whipped cream. The simplest part. I'm just going to spread that on our cake. It's very simple. If you have whipped cream before, it's fine. Now we're just gonna keep on whipping this up, and this is a really easy step I've said. We're also gonna garnish with strawberries and syrup, but yeah, you can do that if you like. But when it comes to garnishing, it's completely up to you guys. Our preferences. We're just gonna go with something simple. As you can see, our whipped cream is now finished, and now we're gonna be making our way over to our beautiful strawberries. Now with a knife, we're gonna leave the skin on. We're gonna leave the green part on, just for decoration. When you get a slice of it with the strawberry, just make sure not to eat the green, but you can if you like. But it just makes it look prettier with the wide spread of color. Now we're just gonna cut our strawberries, and now we're gonna be spreading our whipped cream over our cake. So yeah, now we spread our whipped cream over our cake. We're gonna spread this evenly and throughout the cake. And this is a very delicious whipped cream, and you can even add other whipped creams that you buy from the store on top for garnish. But we didn't do that. You can do whatever you like with the cake. So after this, we're gonna let this sit in the fridge as well, and we're gonna be taste testing as soon as well. And we're gonna be showing you how fluffy and how delicious the cake becomes. So we're just gonna slowly spread it out, and we're gonna even it out with maybe a knife or like anything that's smooth and makes the cake smooth. We don't want big lumps like this. So this is just like general, and then we're gonna smooth this out. This is just like for starting. We want all of the cake to be covered up with the cream. And yeah, now we don't want any last bit to be dropped. And yeah, if you have some left, you can give it to your siblings or your sons and daughters. But everyone enjoys it, just licking the whole bowl off. And then after this, you can see it's pretty smoothed out. We smoothed it out with a knife, or cake smoother, as you can see on the side. Now we're gonna add our strawberries, all in columns or rows, whatever you want to call it. And this is a really beautiful decoration. And yeah, this makes the cake look really yummy. Yeah, after the strawberries, we're gonna add some chocolate, and this will make the cake stand out, look really pretty, and then we'll be ready to eat it. Now we added in quite a lot of strawberries. It's your choice on if you want to add other fruits, if you want to add Kit Kats, Maltesers, it's your choice. We added a lot of strawberries since everyone loves strawberries. Now we have some Hershey's chocolate syrup, which we're going to spread throughout the whole thing in a little pattern. We don't want to dump the whole thing, so we want to do it in the middle. We don't want to get too much on the strawberries, but look at the pattern we just made. And now with a chopstick, toothpick, skewer, whatever you want to use, you're going to make a beautiful little pattern with it. Spread, you're going to be, the black and white, it makes a really good pattern. So you can spread it out and it makes it look really beautiful. And you can do this for the entire row. And this just adds, it just makes your cake look way more professional, and it looks like you bought it from a store, which you didn't. You can add, if it's someone's birthday, you can optionally add candles, which we really didn't. But yeah, as I've said before, it's my brother's birthday. Make sure to wish him a happy birthday in the comments. And now we're just gonna spread the chocolate across everywhere. We just want to get that beautiful black, white, brown pattern. You can see the colors spread out. It looks really good. And yeah, there we go. And now soon we're going to be getting to our taste test, which you guys are all always excited for. So yeah. Now we're going to be going on to cutting the cake with a sharp knife. No, you don't even need a sharp knife. Any knife works. You're going to see how soft the cakes become. It doesn't even take any effort to cut the cake. Look how smoothly it cuts straight through. We're going to cut it into really small pieces. We're going to have 1 strawberry on each piece. So we're just going to try it out a little bit first. We're going to cut a little piece of the cake. And then we're going to put it on a plate. And then we're going to do a beautiful little taste test. So yeah, now we're just going to scoop a little bit of the cake up. We got 2 slices with 2 strawberries. And now you can just see how beautiful it looks. It's soaked in all of those milks. And yeah, now we're going to, with a spoon, we're going to do a little taste test. Take a big bite. It's great. And now it's time for a second little bite. Here, it was so good. One of the best recipes we've made. Entirely simple and very good. Now, if you like this video and if you like the recipe, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, and share this video with all your friends. Make sure to comment. And yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. Goodbye.